One of the key attributes of a planet suitable for life is a molten core, made of primarily ferrous metal like iron. This core generates a magnetic field which deflects the harmful solar rays which would strip away the planet's atmosphere and irradiate the landscape. A secondary property of these molten cores is they are highly dense with pivots, as the material is so compressed. As a result, the gentle convection currents in the molten core produce incredibly powerful low-frequency waves in the Verv. These frequencies are present in all celestial bodies with a sufficiently dense and sufficiently fluid core. These core frequencies dissipate over large enough distances, such that those of the other planets in the solar system are barely detectable, except for when their orbits align. Those of the Sun can be felt across most of the solar system, particularly after a solar flare. The core frequency of the Earth is also much reduced in strength by the time it reaches the surface. However, these waves are bent, refracted, and focused as they pass through the mantle, leading to local hotspots, in much the same way to thermal hotspots. As the tectonic plates of the crust move, they pass over these hotspots, and where thermal hotspots form volcanoes and island chains, core frequency hotspots form all kinds of unique formations, depending on the resonances of the nearby crust and the natural modulations picked up through the journey through the crust. Where these waves are concentrated under oceanic crust, they can produce all kinds of strange ocean currents, such as ever-swirling whirlpools, strange energized reefs, and areas of naturally hot or cold water. Where these waves are concentrated under continental crust, they can lead to areas where desert sands flow like water, or where mountain caves echo with music, or even islands of rock which float hundreds of meters off the ground, held aloft by Vervic waves. Finally, some locations where core frequency waves are stronger have severe weather, sometimes just more extreme temperature, but also powerful winds or lingering mists. Where hotspots have previously been show the remains of these extreme environments. For example, where thermal hotspots leave island chains in the ocean, Vervic hotspots leave the shattered remains of the floating islands which crashed to the ground when the plates moved. These frequencies are ever present, regardless of where you are. They are just more concentrated near these hotspots. Some spellcasters have developed the ability to channel these frequencies to empower their magic. Sometimes they are called conduits. They use a Vervic power source and simply redirect it to achieve their goals. This allows them to cast more powerful spells than a traditional spellcaster, subject to the prevalence of whatever base frequency they are channeling. Many of these schools of spellcasting learned from the natural environment, like plants, animals, and even minerals, which naturally developed conduit abilities. Some plants are known to channel the core frequency to pump water up their trunks, allowing them to grow taller. Some creatures, particularly those which live below ground like moles and rabbits, have also learned to channel the core frequency to defend their burrows. And some crystals and ores are naturally resonant to the core frequency, causing them to thrum with energy, glowing with internal fire, or being electrically charged.